Pandas is the world's most popular Python library used for everything from data manipulation to data analysis. So in this course, we are learning how to use pandas for data manipulation in Python. We will learn how to extract, filter, and transform real-world data sets for analysis using pandas or library. So welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Excel Island, where the goal and objective is to learn and master Python over the next 100 days. Today is day 25. We are like 25%, or I can say 25% out of 100 days of this Python learning journey. I actually started this data manipulation with pandas over a couple of live streams ago. It all started with introduction to pandas and data frame, where we actually learn how to inspect and data frame and perform fundamental manipulations, including sorting, rows, subsetting, and adding new columns. We went next to the next chapter, which is aggregating data frames, where we learn how to calculate summary statistics on data frame using pandas, and we're on the third chapter, which is slicing and indexing data frames. So in this third chapter, it all started with setting and removing indexes, subsetting with lock, setting multi-level indexes, and sorting by values. If I show you my Jupyter notebook real quick, when we started this sorting, slicing, and indexing data frame, we're actually working with this temperature or CSV data set, which is just the temperature of different countries and continents. That's it. So we are doing a couple of data manipulation here. It all started, we did a couple of subsets, we did a couple of subsetting. You can see we did a couple of rearranging, and we did a couple of sorting and changing the columns in pandas. So this was all we did on the last live stream. You can catch this lesson on the last live stream on the channel, which is a live stream before the live stream. That is day 24, if I'm not mistaken. So let me see real quick. Yeah, that would be day 24. So day 24 was when we started slicing, indexing, and that's the edit term. So on day 25, we're going to continue. So we'll be looking at slicing. We'll be looking at slicing and subsetting with log and ilog. So the slicing and subsetting we did on the last live stream is kind of more technical, using more code, more bunch of code, more line of code. So if I show you what we did here on that for this example now, we are slicing and subsetting. In this instance, we are using the sort values method. That's in the set index method. That's what we use. We also use the sort value method. Sort index also here. We use sort index here. Sort index. I think we're using the sort index method to sort the columns by levels of ascending or descending. I also ran into a couple of errors also, which I was planning to troubleshoot before this next live stream. So we use the sort index, and so we also use the lock method also key, which was very simple. So we are going proper now into lock and iLock for sorting and what and subsetting in pandas, in Python in general, or in data frame in general. So this is what we'll be doing on today's live stream. Sorry about that. So all data sets, the actual data set we're using to work and continue working and learning this Python on our Python learning journey is already linked under the YouTube description. So do make sure to download those data sets and practice along with me. Also, do well to support the channel by giving this live streams a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and put on your notification bell so you'll be the first to know whenever I go live or drop a new content on the channel. Without further ado, let's jump back to learning and welcome to day 25. So we just continue from where we stopped. And the amazing stuff is that when we started this fun way of learning, it actually started with SQL and Power BI. So we've covered all about SQL. You can catch all of that, especially PostgreSQL and MySQL with the live stream tab on the channel. We also did 70 days of Power BI, which is 69 or 70 days of Power BI. We covered Power BI from scratch to finish. You can catch that also on the live stream tab on the channel. So So this is the file we continue to be working with. So we are connected to this temperature or CSV data sets. So you can download the file under the YouTube description. So you can also practice. I'm just going to reload this line of code real quick. See, this is the last one we did here. Why this one was giving me error? This is just this sorting temperatures by country, they're descending by city. So I wanted to sort this file, the data sets that we have here. And this temperature doesn't, so I wanted to sort it by country, then descending by city. So I was running into an error here based on this frequency. So ascending for country should be true, and for city should be false. But without putting the ascending, I was able to get the results. But I had no idea why I was getting this error here. And it's actually work on the DataCamp platform. But we shoot that later, definitely after this live stream and before the next live stream. Okay, so let's continue. So welcome to slicing and subsetting with log and
Slicing is a technique for selecting consecutive elements from objects. Here are the dog breeds, this time as a list. To slice the list, you pass first and last positions, separated by a colon, into square brackets. Remember that Python positions start from 0, so 2 refers to the third element, chow chow. Also remember that the last position, 5, is not included in the slice, so we finish at Labrador, not Chihuahua. If you want the slice to start from the beginning of the list, you can omit the 0. Here, using :3 returns the first 3 elements. Slicing with colon on its own returns the whole list. You can also slice data frames, but first you need to sort the index. Here the dog's dataset has been given a multi-level index of breed and colour. Then the index is sorted with sort index. To slice rows at the outer level of an index, you call loc, passing the first and last values separated by a colon. The full dataset is shown on the right for comparison. There are 2 differences compared to slicing lists. Rather than specifying row numbers, you specify index values. Secondly, notice that the final value is included. Here, poodle is included in the results. The same technique doesn't work on inner index levels. Here, trying to slice from tan to grey returns an empty data frame instead of the 6 dogs we wanted. It's important to understand the danger here. Pandas doesn't throw an error to let you know that there's a problem, so be careful when coding. The correct approach to slicing at inner index levels is to pass the first and last positions as tuples. Here, the first element to include is a tuple of Labrador and Brown. Since data frames are 2-dimensional objects, you can also slice columns. You do this by passing 2 arguments to loc. The simplest case involves subsetting columns, but keeping all rows. To do this, pass a colon as the first argument to loc. As with slicing lists, a colon by itself means keep everything. The second argument takes column names as the first and last positions to slice on. You can slice on rows and columns at the same time. Simply pass the appropriate slice to each argument. Here you see the previous 2 slices being performed in the same line of code. An important use case of slicing is to subset data frames by a range of dates. To demonstrate this, let's set the date of birth column as the index and sort by this index. You slice dates with the same syntax as other types. The first and last dates are passed as strings. One helpful feature is that you can slice by partial dates. Here the first and last positions are only specified as 2014 and 2016, with no month or day parts. Pandas interprets this as slicing from the start of 2014 to the end of 2016, that is, all dates in 2014, 2015 and 2016. You can also slice data frames by row or column number using the iloc method. This uses a similar syntax to slicing lists, except that there are 2 arguments, one for rows and one for columns. Notice that, like list slicing, but unlike loc, the final values aren't included in the slice. In this case, the 5th row and 4th column aren't included. Time for a nice slice.
Oh, this is interesting. Slicing and dicing rows and columns using indexes or iLog. So let's see it in action. So slicing index values. So it says slicing lets you or select consecutive elements of an object using first and last syntax. Data frames can be sliced by index values or by row column number. We'll start with the first case. This involves slicing inside the .iloc method. .loc rather. Iloc is different from loc. So .loc method. Compared to slicing lists, there are a few things to remember. Very important. You can only slice an index if the index is sorted using the sort index method. So if you want to slice an index, you have to first sort by that index or by that column first before you can sort. So to slice at the outer level, first and last can be strings. To sort at the outer level, first and last can be string. Come on, I'm not breathing properly. I don't know why. Okay, better. To slice at the inner level, first and last should be tuples. So if you want to sort by the outer level, the first and last syntax will be strings or can be strings. But if you want to sort by at inner levels, the first and last should be tuples. So list is different from tuples. So if you pass this a single slice to .log, it slice the rows. Okay, let's practice it. There's a lot of stuff to remember. The most important thing is to practice. Then you log those, not iLog, but actually those key stuff to remember in memory or by practice. The pandas is loaded as PD, temperature index, and as country and city in the index and is available. So how to create this scenario that this temperature index is having country and city in the index. Okay, let me go back to my Jupyter notebook. Oh, let's see. This city, this country here. So what I have to do is to create another sorting entirely myself for this use case. Let me delete this first. Let me just leave this here. I'm coming back to this. Let me drop a comment myself. So I want to sort by country, then descending by city. Ooh, sorting there. That was the similar mistake that is giving me an error though. But let me see. What it says there is that country as okay. Panel is loaded as period. Temperatures as country and city in the index. Okay, so I could probably still make use of this scenario here. Sort by country, then descending by city. Sort index level. Okay. What I could actually do, let's see. Sort the index of temperature. Using slicing with .log to get these subsets from Pakistan to Russia, from Lahore to Moscow. This will return nonsense. From Pakistan, Lahore to Russia and Moscow. Okay, let me bring this out first. Okay, let's see. Let's start to sort this. It said sort the index of temperature. If you sort the index, what do you want us to sort it into? This one says pandas is loaded as PD, temperature underscore IND as country and city in the index. Mm. As country and city in the index. So instead of having country and city, I want it to only have country. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Let me copy this and recreate it here. I'm looking for the comment sign though. Oh, the temperature index has country and city as index. Okay, let's see. It should be something like this. Let's see. So, what if I remove the city? It says sort the index of temperature, sort or reset. You can actually reset. You can reset index here. This is sorting at the city level. Look at this one here. Index temperature by country and city. So this is similar scenario I want to create here. Index temperature by country and city. It says here, panels is loaded as PD, temperature index as country and city in the index. Okay. So this is what I need to create here. So I need to set the index at city. This one is sort index. I'm sorting the index by country and city. But instead of making the index, so I want to make the country and city the index. I'm going to set index here. Okay, let's set the index here. Set index. You can also reset the index back. So I'm going to call this temperature index 3 because I've used these two before. So I want to set the index to country. So I see it says temperature index as country and city in the index. So I want to create a similar scenario here. Let's see. Let's stop a comment here because we are working on uh, slicing and subsetting with lock and iLock. So I want to make sure I comment my code very well. Slicing and subsetting with lock and iLock. So I could know what I'm doing here. So temperature index 3, set index. I want to set the index of these all data sets. This temp data sets to what? To country and city. So this country and city is going to be the first, it's going to replace this O1 here, this number there. So it's going to be the first column. So that's what we are trying to achieve here with this set index method. Yes. So if I run this line of code here, let's see. Well, you can see the country and the city is now the first line of code. You see, I have this unnamed column here. We can actually get rid of this column here. Let me just dot head here. Return a few lines. You can see I have a few line of codes. There's a proper way to get rid of this though. Okay. Now, the next line of code now says sort the index of temperature index. What does it mean by that? Sort the index. We should sort. Oh, we should sort it. Oh, interesting. We should sort it and name it after this. So I understand what I'm supposed to do now. Okay. Oh, got it. Now let's sort this temperature index. So mine is going to be sort the index of temperature index 3 here. I want to sort the index. I'm going to copy this and paste it here. So this is going to be temperature index 3. Let me name it pretty well. Index 3 is sort. I'm going to use the sort values. This sort index sort method. The sort index is going to be sort underscore index method to arrange it from lowest to highest. Just open and close the bracket. It's as simple as that. Let's run the line of code. You can see. Now let's look at our sorting here. You can see it's starting from code ever. So you're going to sort it from the first alphabet in that uh in that column. Let's see if that works. You can see now. So it's starting from Afghanistan. So you're going to start from A from the first letter there. So that's what we're trying to achieve there. So I'm going to say dot head, just return few line of code. We know we have over 16,000 rows of data here. So we sort that. So let's do the same thing in right here. It's going to be temperature index. Let me just copy it here. Dot sort index method. Open and close the bracket. So that should sort it. If I try to run this line of code, let's see. Let me run only this line of code here. Hmm. So it wants to show me something though. Let me see. Sort index. Sort. Am I missing something? Oh, that's why I can't print here. If I want to return a line of code, I have to use the print method here for this to work. So if I run this print around it, so that is when this is going to work. Oh, no way, that's invalid though. Oh, okay, my bad. So the best way to just run this here is to say print and run this temperature, this one here. So I'm going to run this line of code here. You see now, is I have my result. I say I have the same result. You see, so these are this place has been programmed. So let's consider we are on the right track. And that's a subset for roles in Pakistan. So we want to return only roles, Pakistan roles. We have Afghanistan here. So Afghanistan, country of Afghanistan, the city is Kabul. So we want to only return a certain number of rows. That is Pakistan. So to do that, we're going to use ilock. This is when ilock comes in. So from Pakistan to Russia. Subset for rows from Pakistan to Russia. So I'm going to say temperature dot sorts. Then we're going to mention using slicing with lock. So I want to use lock this time around. Going to be temperature dot lock. So I'm going to mention the columns I want. Hmm. The rows I want. They are not mentioning column this time. I want to mention rows. The rows I want. But to make it interesting, I need to see the whole data set here. As I can't see the whole data set. But I want to do from Pakistan, right? From Pakistan. So I'm going to bring in my double column. Pakistan. Then from Pakistan to Russia. Let's see. Let's see if it's going to work. Let me copy this line of code here and make use of it in my Jupyter notebook here. But this time I'm going to get rid of this print and this other line of code. So mine is temperature. This is my own variable here. If I run this line of code, you can see. So from Pakistan to Russia, we're going to get those rows that are just Pakistan to Russia. So we are correct. So that's how we're going to do using log. Now it says another one. You can see we only have just over 1,000 rows of data for Pakistan and from Pakistan to Russia. And the next one says try to subtract rows from Lahore to Moscow using the same line of code. I'll just copy this real quick. So I just use log also. Ctrl C, Ctrl V. So we want from Lahore. Get rid of this to Moscow. So we already know this is going to return error or rubbish based on what we have here. Let's copy this and try it out here. It will return rubbish. Let me just comment that. To return nonsense. Okay, but let's run it first and see. Okay. Wow, my variable is different from what I'm using there. Okay. Oh, I already got results, but it's showing me from Mexico to Moscow. That's funny. That is subset for rows from Lahore to Moscow. I'm getting another thing. Lahore to Moscow. I mean, if thinking about probably Lahore or Moscow is a city rather than the country. But it was said it will return nonsense. Hopefully that is the nonsense it's supposed to return. Then finally, subset from Pakistan, Lahore to Russia, Moscow. Ooh, that's kind of technical. Let's see. From Lahore. I think one of them is a city. It's a subset from Pakistan, Lahore to Russia, then Moscow. Let's see the first one here. This was from Pakistan to Russia directly. Now we're told to subset to sort from Pakistan, Lahore to Russia, Moscow. Do not do rearrange this. This is quite funny. I want to sort by two columns. Probably want to sort by I want to subset by the country and the city. But I want to subset by the country, then the city. Probably that's what we need to do here. Okay. Let's give it a shot. Let's see. I'm supposed to be having just one column here. Yeah. No extra column there. No problem here. So how do we do this from Pakistan? Oh, how do we do this from Pakistan? Lahore to Russia, comma Moscow. They're trying to get me confused though. But I'm going to solve it. Don't worry. There's always a way to solve it out. Okay, let's give it a shot first. Then if you make an error, you can always tweak it. This one says from Pakistan. Okay, from Pakistan, Lahore to Russia. That's quite funny. I'm going to change this to Lahore to Russia. Hmm. Lahore to Russia. So I'm thinking, okay, let me just do it this way first. Then if there's an error, you can always tweak the error. Lahore to Russia. Lahore to Russia, Moscow. Let's see. Let's see the result we're going to get. Hmm. There's something missing here. Pakistan. Okay. There's an error somewhere here. 1, 2. So it has to be 2, 2. So this is from Pakistan to Lahore. Then from Russia, probably okay. Let me see. Let me run it here in Jupyter Notebook. Okay, this part of same error. I'm getting valid syntax. Let's see. I knew this is what we're supposed to do. So supposed to be from subset from Pakistan, Lahore to Russia. So we're supposed to put it in brackets from Pakistan to Lahore, Russia to Moscow. But doing it like that, what does it mean? I need to see the full list, this whole list here. It will be interesting to see the whole list. No, not this. Oh, this whole list here. I can see it, I can picture it, I can know what is happening behind the data set. So if I can see the whole list, like before I even sorted it. Okay, I've sorted it here. Sort index. Let me just use dot add back here. Dot add back here. I'm after this index. This sorting. So something is missing here. The old data set is not showing. There should be a way to show the old data set. Okay. So what we need to do here is to from Pakistan to Lahore. This will be comma. Then Russia to Moscow. Then this between here should be comma. Oh, oh, it does not. It's not defined. So I need to use another. This is my own variable here. Sorry about that. Now let's see. Aha, Pakistan. Oh, I said it. I knew it is inner indexing. So city, the Pakistan is a country, Lahore is a city. No, we sorted this whole column, this whole data set by our city, country, and city. So I want to go from one level, the outer level to the inner level. So if I want to do that kind of scenario of subsetting, I'll mention the country, then the city, then the country, then the city. I said it, I knew it. Well, I wasn't sure. I was sure. I wasn't ready to try it first. I should have tried that first before. So this one I want to sort by two columns. So this is what we're trying to do here. Sorted by two different columns. Now let's run the code. Voila. So now we better result now. So interesting. So that's how you sort in Python. Select certain rows of data set that you want. So that's nice. That's a nice slicing. Combining slicing with iloc with lock provide a concise syntax for subsetting. I kind of like this though. Sorting rows and column using lock. Kind of easier than using indexes though. Okay. Let's continue slicing in both directions. Oh, okay, let's see. Let's see what they mean by slicing in both directions. We have slicing time series, subsetting by row and column number. Okay, so let's see what we have here. So you've seen slicing data frames by rows and by columns. But since data frame are two-dimensional objects, it is often natural to slice both dimensions at once. That is, by passing two arguments to log. You can subtract by rows and column in one go. That'll be interesting. So you can select certain number of rows that you want or certain rows you want, then select certain column to view the data set. So pandas is loaded as PD. Temperatures sort underscore sort is indexed by constant city as a sorted index and is available. Okay, so this was what we used last time. So we're making use of this sorted index back. This one here, sort index. So this is what we want to use again for this challenge. Okay. It said use lock sliding to subset rows from India and Hyderabad to Iraq and Baghdad. Hmm. Use lock sliding to subset columns from dates to average temperature. Okay, this is from column. This now we are selecting columns. Slice in both directions at once using okay. Let's start simple first. Let's start simple. So I'm going to mention the column, the rows we want first. Want to slice by rows. So that will be, let me go up here. Let's make use of this. So subset for rows from India, Hyderabad to Iraq, Baghdad. Okay, I prefer to make use of this second line of code. We want to sort by outer column and inner column. Let's see. Okay, now I want to, so this is going to be temp sorts. So I want to sort from India to Hyderabad. So this is going to be India. India to then Iraq, Baghdad. The country is Iraq, city is Baghdad. Or you can say the outer column is contains Iraq, and the inner column is Baghdad. Okay. Subset columns from both. Okay, let's run this first. Let me run this here. I always test this out in my Jupyter notebook here. Let's see. Now mine is Well, like I can see, India is a country, Hyderabad is the city. So this is the outside column, the inner column. If I want to sort by the another column inner, so I'm going to sort the index here initially. This sort index, this set index, I'm going to send the index to the column I want. So it's going to be from the outer column, inner column, inner column. These are the number of levels you want to sort by in Python here. So now let's sort the second one here, which says subset for column. This time I want to subset for column. I want to sort by columns. Let me just use the word sort. I want to sort by these columns, date and average temperature. Okay. We're going to mention the column name also similar like that. Subset columns from date to average temperature. So same scenario. So I want to subset by dates. Okay, let's see. By columns rather. I also make sure I'm returning the whole rows of the data sets first for that. So to do that, let's just get rid of this. So this is going to be straightforward here. The column we want is dates. Dates to date to average temperature. This average temperature column here. Okay, paste that. But if you should run this code, let's run it first and see. We're going to get empty rows of data. You're going to see why. Let's see. Let me run it here first. It seems we're only telling it to return only the columns, not the data, not the rows of data there. Let's see it in action. Okay, let's run this. And so we're going to get just the column headers. So we're supposed to get the rows also. So to do that, we're going to just come back here and just use this column, then comma. Now let's run it again now and see. Oh, just this column here that we're using in this case when we're trying to return the certain number of rows there. So this is going to return the whole number of rows for us, for all I can see. Going to return and just the columns I want to sort by. So it starts from the first number you can see, 2000, 2003, and so on and so forth like that. I should be able to do dot add here. Let's see, hopefully it works. Voila, it's going to return just 5 rows of data, but no, we don't want that. So let's return everything. You can see. So we return the whole line of code, the whole line of rows there. That is 16,000 rows of data by just two columns. But because this country and index, we've set it as the index, as the first column. So it's going to return them also. Now let me just make it proper here. Just do it like that. So subset in bolded. Now I want to combine these both rows and column in one line of code. So we're going to start by this. Let's see. By the temperature dot source dot log or like this. Then our square brackets. We're going to mention this first. These I want to sort by. I'm going to mention this first. So copy the line of code. Then comma. Then the column that we actually want to return. This is just these two columns of data here. Voila. So that's what we want. Then I could just copy this all the way from here. Let's give it a shot. I want to return for rows India and Iraq, India, Iraq, Hyderabad, and Baghdad. for just these two columns and get rid of the other columns. Especially this in the unnamed column. You see, this unnamed column will be removed. Now let's see it in action here. Okay, but for this period, this is my own variable here. Oh, ta-da! Voila, you see. So we did two, instead of two line of code, we use just one line of code to return same results. Interesting. So we sorted by rows, then by column that we want to return. Let's run the code. Voila, we have our results here. Same result, no errors. Let's submit. Ooh. So we are learning this Python, this log knowledge of Python. So brilliant bidirectional slicing. Slicing with log lets you take subsets in both directions at once. Okay. Oh, slicing time series. So I think this is the last. We have one more challenge here. Let's see. So slicing time series, that is working with dates columns. As you can see that we have dates columns here. You can also slice by time series. Oh, we're at 48 minutes to the live stream, slicing and dicing data in Python. So slicing is particularly useful for time series since it is a common thing. So want to filter for data within a date range. Add the date column to the index, then use .log to perform the subsetting. The important thing to remember is to keep your dates in ISO 8601 format. That is YYMMDD for year, month, and day, YY for year, month, and YY for year. So recall from chapter 1 that you can combine multiple Boolean conditions using logical operators such as and. So to do so in one line of code, you need to add parentheses around each condition. Pandas is loaded as PD and temperature with no index is available. So we want to create a new temperature with index now. Oh, it says use Boolean condition to subset temperatures for rows in 2010 and 2011. Hmm. Okay, let's wait here and see. So we have to do something here first. Add the date column to the index. So I want to create index, but this time I want to create it with dates. Okay, let's do that first. Set date as the index and sort the index. Okay, okay. I'm coming first. Let's go and do that first. So let's set the dates. So I'm going to name this one uh, set index. It's going to be set index or 3. This is going to be 4 now. Okay. Let's copy this line of code here. So this time I want our dates to be our index, not we want the date to be the index. So you can see like this is going to switch. This country city is going to switch. The date is going to come back here. Let's see. Now let's on this line of code this time around. I run it. We can see. So the date is our first column, is our index column now. That I can always use for whatever I want to use it for. Because the date is the first column. So all the other columns are back inside. Okay, now let's see what we have to do here also. Okay. But I need to understand is use Boolean conditions to subset temperatures for rows in 2010 and 2011. So we want to use Boolean method first to sort for rows, to sort for certain number of rows. Using one method, then we are going to use the index method or the lock method rather. Let's see this. Hmm. It says use boolean condition, not using is in. Or so this is in method is another method. I just mentioned is in certain number of columns or certain number of rows for sorting. Or dot log add the full date YYMM to associate temperatures for rows where the date column is in 2010 and 2011 and print the result. Now let's see. So it's going to be temperatures. Okay. For where the dates, if you want to mention the dates here, the date column, the dates. I think I'm going to wrap the dates in column. Yes, let's see. In quotes, dates is greater than or equal to 2010. 2010 and dates is less than or equal to 2011. Now let's see it in action. Let's see it first here. So for this time around, this sort of temperature, mine is going to be temp, because it was temp that we converted. Let's see. It was temp here. So that is the initial data set. Let's see. Oh, why? Instead of string and integer. Actually, my date is a, it's not a string. Come on. Okay, okay. Let's see. You say my date is not defined. So I'm referring to this temp data set here. It's not saying the dates. The dates here from the temp from the initial data set. It is this temp here. My dates column. Okay. So if I'm running into an error here, let me see the results right here. Okay. Ooh. So temperatures dot boolean is not defined. Okay, let me see the error from here. No. Okay. Ooh, I'm missing a step here. Temperatures dot dates. So my date is supposed to be wrapped in column. Okay, so my first mistake was this. My dates here, temperature. So select the column, the dates column from the temperature table. Okay, then temperature. Select the dates column from here. Okay, now let me see it properly here. Then, okay, Control C. Okay, and this is going to be temp. Going to be temp. Now let's run the line of code again. Oh, why am I getting an error again? It's out of string and int. Why? Why is it like string and int together? The result came out actually. No, it didn't. If I don't have my temperature column in quotes, I'm going to get an error. Okay, let me run it here first. Ooh, what am I missing? I'm missing a step. Let me see. Ooh, I didn't specify the dates. So I have to say the dates should be from 001, 2010, 01, 01, 2010, 2011, 12, 12, 31. But not notwithstanding, if I didn't mention that the date should be, when the instruction says, okay, mm, and add the full date. Okay, use Boolean and the full date. I was asked to use the full date here. So my mistake there. I didn't use the full date, and the full date is also being string also for this to work. Oh, okay. That's the reason why I was getting the error there. So I didn't use the instruction put I was supposed to use the full date, not the year alone. Not the year alone. Okay. That was my mistake there. Okay. Now if I should run this should work fine now. Ooh, why am I still getting an error here? There's something was wrong somewhere though. Let me copy this one here. I'm getting the same error again. Then you may have to just use log and ilog. But it is expected for you to run into an error over and over again. Let's see. Aha. This worked fine now. You see? Now if I should run this temp.boolean variable, you can see I have the result from just 2010, the first of 2010 to the end of 2011. That's where no matter that's exactly where the results get to. Let's see. You see, so it is actually sorting by the column. So this is just what we did here. So select the temp from the temp data sets, the date column less than 2010 and the date column less than. I just wrap it in this extract temp just to return it as a data from like this. So I was going to return false, true, false, false, true, false, the whole data set. Okay, why am I getting an error in this instance here? Let's see what we have here. So temperature boolean, temperatures, temperature bracket parentheses, temperature dates. Okay, 2010 0101 close bracket and temperature dates less than 2011 12 31. So why the error again now? Why am I getting an error? Then there shouldn't be any error again. Whoa, there's something wrong somewhere in print temperatures boolean. Not even after them, after this line of code. I can see that it's not working fine. So we're getting same result now. Just 2400 rows of data. You can see we also got same results here. Just 2,400 rows of data. Same is the 2,400 rows of data. Dot add, close, and open the brackets. Voila. So we're actually able to use our AND method for this result to work. But this time around, we're going to make use of, and this is the final challenge, this lock and iLock, slicing time series. We have one more challenge here, slicing time series. We're going to use lock for this scenario now. So it says, set the index of temperatures to date and column, and to the date column and sort. Okay, temperature, but I think I did that here. Set index. Can I do that in one line of code? Set index to date, then sort also. So I'm going to sort this. Let me just copy the line of code for that. Sort index. We're going to be sort index. Let's see. I already did here though. Temperature dot set index. Let me now see if the dot sort index is going to work. And let's see. The date is, so you can see this date is 2000, 2000. It worked. So you can use the line of code in one setting and add in two line of code. Okay. If I run this, let's see. It's all fine. Since I can even see it here in my Jupyter notebook here. So no need to worry. Now it says use .log to subset temperatures for rows in 2010 and 2011. Just like we did here. Wait, time I want to use the log method for this. So I'm going to say temperature dot log method for the year 2010, this 2010, 2010-01 to 2011, end of the year 2011. Now let's see. Okay. Okay. So now mine is different. It's going to be temperature index 4 because I have many sorting right there. We're going to get this same result, which we have over 2,400 rows of data. So as we have 2,400, to get same results. So we have same results, 2,400 rows of data. But definitely, I'm going to prefer this log method compared to this highly technical line of code method. But the good news is we're having the same results. That's the most important thing here. Okay, and let me just use .add to return few line of code. Few line of results rather. You can say we have same results for the year. So the date is the starting point here. It says use log to subset temperatures for rows from August 2010 to February 2011. Now we actually mention just the month and year, the year and the month alone. Let's see. So I'm mentioning the whole year. I could just mention year and months. So from August 2010. So August is the 8th month. Then 2011 February is the 2nd month. Now let's see. Let's see it in action here. So this time it's going to be temperature dots. You can see we have from August 2010 all the way to February 2011. I think it's going to exclude that year. It's not supposed to exclude it, it's supposed to include it. But probably we don't have data for February 2011. We have for February or for January 2011. Rather. Interesting. So let's see all what we've done so far. Is it correct? Absolutely, it is correct. Because in this line, we have 2,400 rows of data for this for the AND method. You can see. Let me see for here. For Islablad, and the first one is Islablad, then to Sao Paulo. So we are on track to Sao Paulo. Then the next one is Nagoya, Hyderabad. Let's see. The last one here. You can see we got it. Calcutta to India. No, this time around. Calcutta to India, Pune, India, New York, United States. So we know these source of data. Interesting. Voila, the likelihood data range slicing using log in conjunction with a date index provides a an easy way to subset for rows before or after some date. That's a lot to do there. We've done a lot here when it comes to this indexing with log or subsetting of or filtering with log, whatever you want to use for it. Because we spent over an hour, just an hour, 7 minutes. Let's see if we can solve this last challenge here. So we conclude this part on day 26 of the live scan. Working with pivot tables, pivoting temperature by city and year, subsetting pivot tables, calculating on a pivot table. So there's probably pivot table in Python. I had no idea. So looking forward to that. Let's see subsetting by rows and column number. Okay, by the rows and column number. So the most common ways to subset rows are the ways we've previously discussed, using a Boolean condition or by index labels. However, it is also occasionally useful to pass row numbers. This is done using iloc. And like loc, it can take two arguments. So let's use sorts by rows and column. So pandas is loaded as PD. Temperature is without an index is available. So we're going to be using the raw temperature data set here without any index for this challenge, which is this actual data set here without just this row number. You can see this row number. I'm going to be using these raw row numbers that it comes with. So let's see that in action now. So let's sort by those. So use iloc on temperature to take subsets. Get the 23rd row, second column, index positions 22 and 1. Oh, okay. Let's see. So what I'm saying, so we're going to say temperatures, temperatures dot iloc, not log this time around. I'm going to mention the column. It says get the 23rd row. Get the 23rd row. Now the idea is we only want to return just that row number, not row above it, neither row below it. So how do we make room for that? Let's see, let's do it for 23rd, comma, then we want to get the second column. What if you say 0, then 0 column, then the second column? Let's see. And this is going to include, okay, let's read it here. Let's see it in action here. So mine is going to be temp, not temperature. Well, I can see the downside is that it's going to start from zero, from the what? From the 20. Now it's excluding the 23rd column. We want it to include the 23rd column. Get the 23rd row and second column. So how do I do this? Is to get rid of, okay. Now it's going to exclude the 23rd row. So, but if I come here and say 24th row, 24th row, you see I get the 23rd column. I don't want it to return from 0 to 22. So there's a technique for that. Let's see. Now this is getting the first 5 rows, which is easier to do. Okay. Even this index, if this is 0, this is 1, 2, 3. So this is 22 already. Okay, that means we are correct here. So my 22 is our 23 here. Now, how do we get rid of the first 0? What if I remove the zeros there? Let's see. It's still returning it. So that means it should return those rows. If I remove the first 0 there, we're still going to get same results. But let's continue first. Let's continue. We're going to sort it out later. Now use slicing to get the first 5 rows, which is simpler. Temperatures dot lock the first 5 rows. So the first 5 is going to be this or 6. Or let's even say 5. The first 5 rows is going to be like this. So oh, not that, rather than this. I see the first 5 rows 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's going to exclude the first 5 rows. So it didn't even mention the columns rather. So we are right here. So use slicing to get the to get column 3 to 4. Column 3 to 4, that should be temperature. Column 3 to 4. So we don't want column 2. So it's going to start from, let's see. So that's going to return the whole rows. So I'm going to mention the columns I want now. 3 to 4. Normally column 1 is going to be excluded. So if I start from 2 to column 5, so it's going to be 3 to column 4. Let's see. Ooh, why are we getting an error here? Come on. Oh, sorry. So this is supposed to be here, while this is supposed to be comma here. But like I say, column 3 to 4. Oh, I have my results. Why are you getting give me an error again? Okay, none. column 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let me just put 4 here and see what we have. Uh-oh. Mm. Let's see it let's see it here first. Once you're slicing in both directions, index position 2 and 4. Okay, I got it now. I knew it was 2 and 4. I knew it was 2 and 4, and I'm still getting error here. Temp. Oh, temp dot lock dot ilock. I've removed my ilock there. Well, I can see now I have my results. Now, even if I say 2 and 5, okay, I think what I need to do first is to hold up. While I'm going up, let's call on temp here so you can see what we have here. This is the original temp. That's our original temp here. So in this case, we're trying to get the 23rd rows of data and second column. So this is the second column. But even if I don't want to return this first column, I don't want to return the second column. So I'm making a mistake somewhere here. I need to do this. If I say, if I include one here, it is not going to return this first column. Let's see. All I can see. So one is excluded, two is inclusive. So this is the first row here, not the first row here, the first column rather. This is the second column, but this is the first column, and this is the second column. So same thing that we need to do here. If I say start from 22, voila, I got it. So if you mention 22, it's going to exclude 21. Let's see. Let me return everything one more time. So this is what we return initially. You can see. So this is the result we want to return. This is now this is 23 here, actually, according to this line of code. So I now say from 22 to 23, it's going to exclude 21. Let's return this line of code for me. So let's see. Voila. So this is what we actually want to do here. 22. And this is going to be 1. It's going to be 1. The same thing we need to do here. Using slices to get the first 5 rows. The first 5 rows. So let's say the first 5 rows here. I see this is quite simple. 0, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So straightforward here. So use slicing to get the columns 3 to 4. Where's column 3 to 4? Column 3 to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to be 2 to 4. Probably 2 to 5 rather. Column 3 to 4. So, okay, let's say again. This is column 1, 2, 3, 4. So one city and country. So you can say city and country, exactly. City and country. So you're going to exclude this first one here, which is uh 1, 2. Let's exclude the number 2, 3, 4, and include number 4. That's the same result we got here. So what's not the final one? The final one, you slide it in both directions at once. Both directions at once. Let's see. What do you want us to return in both directions at once? Get the first 5 rows, column 3 and 4. Oh, okay, first 5 rows. So it's going to be temperature dot ilock. So get the first 5 rows. So my first 5 rows is going to be uh this, this and 5, then comma, let the first 5 was column 3 and 4, then column 2 to 5. Let's see. Let me run that. I'm coming back to that. Oh, there's an error somewhere. Oh, so this is supposed to be this, not that. Okay. Why am I having an error again? An error here. Oh. Okay, this is supposed to be comma. Wow. I'm coming back to that though. Let me run it. You slide in both directions. So we have to get, let's see, not this. We have to get the first 5 rows, columns 3 and 4. So same thing we did here. Oh, okay, mine is, oh, sorry. Mine is temp. Ta-da. Oops. Something wrong somewhere. Incomplete input. Oh, I don't want that. Voila, I can see the first 5 rows, which is what we have here. First 5 rows here. First one 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then column 3 and 4, which is this. It's supposed to be 3 and 4. City. Two should be excluded rather. Should be 3 and 4. That should be 3, 5. The column we have here 3 and 4. 1, 2 should be city and country. City and country. So that should be 4 here. You can see city and country. Column 3 and 4. So 2 is going to start from 3, then 4 is going to end at 4. So this is what we did. So what was my error here? Where's our error coming from here? Invalid key from where? Let's see. Print temperature 2 to 5. Why am I getting error here? I'm asking to return the old rows. 3 and 4. Let me see it right here. 3 and 4. Same thing I did here. And I didn't get any error. Let me see the result it is giving me. It said log. mm, Okay. 2 and 5. Ah. Why? I'm not supposed to be getting an error there though. What am I using? Oh, I'm missing my iLock dots. iLock. Sorry about that. Aha. So we have our result now. So I was missing my iLock there. So let's submit this. Voila. We nailed it. So this was a lot of with error, with errors and challenge, which is normal. I would have loved to complete this part today, but it spent quite over an hour here, an hour 30 minutes, learning how to use lock and iLog in Python. And you're definitely going to run into an error, probably because of code number, column name, trying to get what you need to do right. Notwithstanding, we covered a lot today. So we're going to stop here for today and continue and complete the last parts on the, can see. So no matter that I've been learning offline for the past 70 something days, just trying to refresh my knowledge in SQL and Power BI, while also maintaining this Python lesson journey. So alright, so that'll be the end of the live stream. So if you found value in this learning journey with me, learning pandas, especially using the lock and iLock concept to filter your data set, to subset your data set, return certain number of rows and select certain rows and select certain columns. Do what to support the channel by giving the video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video. Do make sure to watch some Python day one so you can understand all the concepts that we'll be covering so far. As usual, have a wonderful rest of the day. I'll see you on day 26. Bye bye. Handshake, handshake. Yeah.